All right, guys, let me ask you a question. What's tougher, chasing self improvement or attracting women? Well, if you're like most men, you've probably dropped the ball on both of them at some point in your life. But here's the thing, what if I told you that you do not have to choose between working on yourself and your dating life? See, the real issue here is not your goals, those are not the problem. It's the way that you're messing up your use of time. So, let me give you an example, okay? I had this friend growing up who wanted to meet more girls, but in order to do that, he was always saying that he needed to get in shape first. So then he could buy better clothes. So then he'd finally have the confidence to approach women. Well, do you think he did that? No. Instead, he ended up spending his time hanging out with friends, going to restaurants, staying up late, eating like crap. He never lost weight. He never upgraded his look. And of course, he never talked to women. And this was over 20 years ago. And guess what? He is still doing the same shit. So now you might not be that extreme, but I bet you can relate to this. You've got a plan to get in shape, but you find excuses and hit the gym sporadically. You say you want to learn a new skill, but Netflix keeps winning and your daily practice turns into a once a week thing. Or maybe you want to be better at talking to women, but you're spending time doing bullshit things like scrolling Instagram or maybe just sitting around organizing your desk, things that don't get you any closer to your goal. So if this sounds familiar, then I want you to get a notebook out and take notes, because in this video, I'm going to show you how you can exactly stop wasting your time and start owning it so you can finally make some progress in both your self-improvement and dating life. Chasing your career does not mean you should ghost women like they're a telemarketer, and chasing women doesn't mean you can quit your job and become a professional dater, no matter how many DMs you think you're sliding into. The truth is here, life is a juggling act. So if you're struggling with both your career and dating, it's probably because you suck at time management. You don't know how to set goals, and your deadlines are more like suggestions, am I right? Now, when we talk about managing your time and goals, we're not just talking about making more money or climbing the corporate ladder. Yes, we'll use salary and career as examples because obviously those are areas most guys want to improve, but it's not just about that. It's about balancing everything: your career, your fitness, your social life, and your ability to meet and date women. So yes, salary and career matter, but they're just part of the bigger picture. So let me explain here, okay? Most of my clients, when they come to me, they've already got their careers dialed in. They're climbing that corporate ladder and they're making good money. But when it comes to women, well, let's just say that their dating skills are somewhere between awkward first date conversation and getting permanently stuck in the friend zone. And if they do happen to get into a relationship and it ends, well, 9 times out of 10, it's the woman who leaves them. Yep. Mr. High Achiever gets dumped because he's about as smooth as sandpaper. Now, let's look at the other type of guys, okay? The ones that do not have 2 pennies to rub together, but have more pussy than a hairband from the 80s. These dudes are great at getting women, but their bank account is on life support. The problem is neither of these type of men feel complete. Both want what the other has. So what's the solution? Well, you've got to be able to do both. You need the focus and drive of a man who's building something, whether it's launching his own business, it's mastering a skill, or just creating a life of purpose. And you still need the dating skills of a charming rogue. Think James Bond, but with a personal mission that fuels his every move. Now, sometimes you do need to go into the monk mode, and this might mean that 6 months of grinding on your business or strictly focusing on understanding the dating scene is what you must do. And there is a time and place for that. But long term, you've got to strike a balance. So here's the first tip that I have for you. Prioritize your goals. Get a piece of paper and make a list. What is the one thing in your career you absolutely need to do this month? And what about when it comes to dating? If you don't have any immediate dating goals, that is fine. But if there's something that you want to, if someone that you want to ask out, or maybe a dating skill that you need to work on, then I want you to write it down, because guys who struggle getting anything done, it's because they've got lots of ideas in their heads, but they never take action because they don't know where to start, because they have not written it down. It just exists in their mind as this vague idea. So number 2, time block your day. And this is what really saves you from burnout or getting distracted. So split your day into slots, okay? Morning can be for career-focused tasks, okay? So you go hard on that in the morning. Then carve out time later for social skills and dating. So maybe it's after you finish dinner where you practice chatting with women, and maybe you go out to a bar or an event. Just do some type of real-world conversation. And even if you call yourself an introvert, use this time to improve your communication skills, okay? Eye contact, wit and charm, humor, asking good questions, keeping a conversation fun and intriguing. Or maybe it's just learning how to ask a girl out right then and there, okay? Next, set mini goals for both areas of your life. So for career, maybe it's finishing a project by this Friday. Or for dating, maybe it's talking to 3 new women by the end of the week. These do not have to be huge goals. They just have to be enough to keep you moving forward in both of these areas, okay? You don't need to overhaul your entire life in 1 week, because remember, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And I have a personal mantra that maybe some of you have heard me say before, and it's to be the best, you must be obsessed. Whatever it is that you're doing, get into it 100%, but every now and then, take a break just to let your mind refresh. So if you're in career grind mode for too long, well, then plan a night out to chill. And if you're out on the town too much, then pull back and schedule a few days to lock in and work. Lastly, accountability. So whether you keep yourself accountable by tracking progress in a journal, or you have a buddy to call your ass out if you're slacking off, make sure you got some way to check your progress, because nothing will kill your growth faster than slacking off with no one there to call you out. And hey, if all else fails, well, you can always hire a coach, someone whose job it is to literally call you out. So think of it like a personal trainer for your entire life. And hey, if that coach happens to be me, well, now you've really got no excuses, right? So here's the deal. If you feel like you're juggling your career and dating poorly, well, it's not because you're destined to fail at both. You just need a better system. And I use a proven system with the men that I coach that helps them prioritize their goals, block out their time, and stay disciplined enough to stick to it. Success with women and success in your career aren't at odds with each other. They're actually 2 sides of the same coin. So get disciplined with your time, follow a structured plan, and you'll start seeing results in both areas. Now, if you're ready to step up your game in dating and become the man women cannot resist, then you need to download my free guide. It's called The Gentleman's 12-Step Checklist to Dropping Panties, and it's a no-nonsense blueprint to help you master attraction, build confidence, and take control of your dating life. All right, guys, that is it for this one. We will see you in the next video. Cheers.